Hey, what's happening, folks? Welcome to Coding with Chris. We're back. Hey, V, what's going on? So, how fun was that party, huh? That was some fun stuff, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. Enjoyed getting to meet everybody. That was really cool. All right. So, let me get I forgot to get my mic straightened up. My lovely producer is letting me know that I've dorked it again. Hold on. Okay, well, we're just going to go with the headset mic today, and I'll unscrew that some other time. You guys can hear me just fine, right? With this? Not the best sounding mic in the world, but doable, right? Let's see here. So, producer says, more volume, damn it! So, more volume there. There you go. All right. So, why do I have this up? I don't need that. So, A-Star. All right, we were working on A-Star. We got to, well, hopefully things are still working here, because right before the show, it was reported in the Discord that I'm louder than Amir. Well, I know, but Amir, like, he's so calm and chill that, you know, his voice is like the wind. Anyway, I'm being a dork. What's new, huh? So, anyhow, what was I thinking about? Oh, yes, this works. So right beforehand, when we pulled in the Giatros stuff and we got the sub-module thing, and somehow I dorked up the push, and somebody in the Discord tried to download and run Cave Lords and couldn't run it because it had gotten in as kind of half of a sub-module, and it was all dicked up. So I unscrewed that right before the stream. I think I've got it all straight now. Hopefully everything's up there just like a regular Git repository now. But then also I had login problems with GitHub again 10 minutes before the stream. You know, when you go to stream, it's not the technology that gives you problems. It's the little last minute BS things that pop up all the time that give you problems. But I think I got that straightened out. I just switched it over to SSH, and I'm just done with the not SSH stuff because it's just pissed me off. So anyway, I'm on SSH now and it's stable. Okay, so we've got a couple of things I want to do. I fixed the little weirdisms here. I had forgotten to put .map here, so when we left off last week, I was getting an error in here. It's because I just had this, and then this was trying to access this, and this is not a thing on the world map object. It's a thing on the map it passes back, so I just forgot to put this in here. So that's all good. So now our test is actually failing the way it should be failing. So we want to fix, well, it would fail if I took the skip out. Okay, so it's failing. So it says, hey, I expected to get this thing. I expected this to include this empty bracket. So I don't understand why world map 00 is an empty bracket. So let's find out what world map looks like at this point. Okay, so my world map is a set of world tiles, which is fine. Let's look at this. That's a smaller set of world tiles, which should be 5. Yeah, 5 by 5. So world map 0. Oh, you know what? Because I'm trying to do a different language here. That's not a thing, is it? Is it, chat? How could you let me do such a thing? Yeah, there we go. Good grief. Although, you know what? I'd really like to be able to do that instead of this. Should we set that up, chat? Should that be a thing we do? Haven't implemented AREF on the map. By AREF, you mean this, I'm assuming? If that's what you mean, then no, we haven't implemented that. But I would like to implement that because my brain keeps saying, this is how I'd like to access it, so let's do that. And then I keep coming back to, oh, you can't do it like that because this is how you access it. I hate this. So let's, while we're in here, let's fix that. I've forgotten the syntax for that. Give me the syntax for that. Here's my world map. I want to actually in my generic map. So I def the array. But don't I have to tell it? So, like, I got to do this though, right? No. Got to do that though. Yeah. There we go. So then I want to return map x y. Hey, sire, what's happening? Is YouTube not chatting? Or you just like this better? Then I decided to implement array thing. Well, yeah. All right, so let's, did I implement that correctly? Let's find out. No. Oh. I need to drop the dot map x. Oh, this thing. Right. Oh. The problem is that's what actually generates the map. So if I don't do that, well, I think, so in hindsight, it could be that this is not a good idea. I should just specifically call generate map and then access it, right? I mean, I know we can find ways to make this work, but I'm just thinking through, is this the best way to be doing this? Because when you take specific, I'm not being declarative in what I'm trying to do if I do it like this. That? Oh, I see what you're saying. That. not excited about that, but let's see what works. Yeah. Okay. Oopsies. Okay. All right, so I'm accessing this properly now. All right, so we got that fixed, although we need to do something about this at some point, because I don't want to have to do this, and I just don't think that this do voodoo, he do voodoo. I just don't think that this is a good idea in hindsight. I should be calling this directly. Where I need it. So, let me make a note here. How did we change? Like this. Define this, and now I can call it the way that we're calling it. The more you know. All right, we'll fix that later. Okay, so now we actually have to get our A-star to work. We've gotten past all the syntactical. Does that not slow down the access? I don't think so, because all it is an alias, really. It's not doing any machinations on the access. I mean, there may be thing. I suspect if there is a difference, the fact that I'm calling a def is a difference, right? In the stack, but the fact that it's not really doing anything to this, it's giving me back how I would be calling it anyway. I suspect that the difference would be negligible at worst. But that level of optimization, I'm not as. There was a good discussion. I can't remember if it was Accidents or somebody else in the general channel yesterday or the day before was talking about don't do a lot of microsecond optimizations until you get stuff actually working, because there may be places where spending all the time doing those microsecond optimizations is not necessary. Though I will say I do like to understand all those microsecond optimizations and what's the best way to do things. But in the interest of moving on to interesting stuff, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. If we run into speed problems, we'll look into that. So, all right. So what we got to do now, we're expecting this. Refer to you screaming at DR for implementing things a bit. Well, I mean, you know that too. But we'll get there as a community. It'll be all good. The core engine is just so freaking cool. We just need some ecosystem built around it to help people like me understand crap like this. so that Levi doesn't have to yell at me every week. All right, so I do know that Levi really loves the optimization stuff and thinking through the optimizations, and I really appreciate that about him because I like that too. I think it's useful, especially in tight game loops. You have to think about microsecond optimizations. So I'm glad we have somebody like that in the community. All right, so now the path that we're passing back from A-star here, we haven't finished this yet because we never get the tile with the lowest cost. But we are passing back stuff. So now I want to see what happens. I don't need to put this out anymore. You need to be given access to numeric RB. Man, I will lobby for you, Levi. All right, so open. What is open at this point? Okay, so there's only one thing in there, and this is my 0-0, which is what I expect. Perfect. Finally inciting a riot. Okay, so I think what we're going to find is the lowest F cost is not going to return anything, right? Right. Okay. So we never actually find a lowest F cost. We just return nil. That's because we're not actually assigning costs or any of that kind of stuff. So we implemented all the neighbor stuff, so that's good. The F score, we don't have the so we need to do that, right? That's pretty straightforward. If the current tile we're on is the end tile, we're done with our path. We found where we wanted to go, right? So now we need to add, if we're not done, we need to add the new open tiles. So this should no longer return nil. That needs to return the tile with lowest cost. At open is just an array, right? Yeah. So I mean, array doesn't have that method, so I could monkey patch it, but I don't think that. Oh no, this is because this is open. We want this to be the heap, right? This is what we want the heap to be. So for the moment, I'm just gonna return the last one, just so we can see if the looping is working, right? Because we got to implement this stuff. So we need a G cost of my neighbor. My G cost is the G cost is my cost so far from my origin. My H cost is what I think it's going to cost to get to my destination at this tile, right? So my G cost, let's redefine these because these get confusing. So G cost is actually calculate cost so far, right? This is G cost. Right? And this is estimated. Future cost, right? Kinda. Oh my god, I want the Nabots back again. I'm my god. So this is the H cost, right? Okay. So my cost so far, I know I should just odds. My fingers want to call it, so you know, screw it. I know, right? All right, let's take a look at. I need to use some visual aid here. I made up this thing so I can think. All right, so I'm trying to get from here up to E4, I think we said, right? All right. So we're trying to get to there. Okay. What I want to happen, or what the test says should happen, is the path should be. Wow, that's really. Path should be here to here, here to here to here. That's the path it should find. So my path should consist of 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 3, 4. Right? Okay. The bots who say nay. We are the bots who say nay. Get me a strawberry. All right, so if that's the case, let's say, all right. So I'm gonna make my G scores not red and green because that's the color of my pass. Let's nice blue. All right, so let's say that each of these squares is 10 by 10. 10 pixels by 10 pixels. If we use the Euclidean stuff, then in general, if you're going diagonal, your distance to that neighbor is like 1.4. So my cost for 0, 0 here is, my G cost is 0. I haven't gone anywhere yet, right? So, God, I can't see that. Okay. So here, my G cost would be, like up here, my G cost would be 10. Here it would be 10. And here it would be 14. Okay? 14 point something, I think. Good enough. So then my total G cost now is the G cost of the previous tile plus my distance. So it's plus my tile size, but if, oh God, how the hell do you, all right. I think it's time to just go look at the sample and see, because now I'm getting myself confused. All right, so we've got an A-star sample because there's a sample for that, right? It uses all bunch of Dijkstra and A-star. And A-star is just Dijkstra with steroids. With the H cost, basically. All right, so Frontier, I'm assuming, is the destination. Came from is the origin. The path is the array we're trying to generate, and the cost so far, okay, so that's my G cost. Right, okay. Worry about rendering right now. I just want the algorithm. There's some stuff where he sets up a grid and puts where walls are. And then we're drawing all the stuff. That's fine. Yeah, so that's still all rendering stuff. There is an algorithm. Okay, is this rendering or is this... That returns the rect. Okay. Still okay. It's over stuff. The hell. Alright, I'm just gonna scroll way down because I'm assuming... Alright, so that's... Calc A-star, here we go. Finally found it. Crap, can't see because I got some... Alright. Alright, so came from red dot stars. I mean, yeah, the cost so far would be 0 because we haven't moved. And Frontier. Well, there are no more cells to explore from, or the search has found the target. Star Frontier empty. Star came from. Okay. Get the next cell to expand. Current frontier is A-star frontier.shift. What? Oh god, I'd have to scroll damn way back up to... Alright, you know, let's look at a different example. Looking through that one is a little tough. Alright, so this is K. Fisher's A-star implementation. So graph heuristic. All right, so that's because the heuristic is how you want to calculate your distances. So like we're going to have a heuristic for river calculations because it has to do with elevation. So frontier is priority queue. His priority queue, that's the you know what I'm trying to say. That's the lock heap. That's the heap. All right, so frontier is the heap. So that is what we're calling open. Okay. Came from start. Also far from insert start and so going to assume, let's find his priority queue. Let's see what I'm assuming that this is a tile and this is the cost so that it can do the... Yeah, thanks, V. So let's go find priority queue because I just want to take a peek at that. Initialize, insert element and priority. And he would use pop to pull the pop thing out. It would rearrange. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Following so far. All right. So he's basically just putting the starting location into the frontier. So that's like what we're doing here. This is our starting location, our start tile. Open is our frontier. So far so good, right? Good. So until the frontier is empty, right? Okay, so he's doing it until it's empty. Oh, we're actually not checking that, but we should be. So if we've hit the destination tile, or open each may be a problem. It could be. Because we're getting rid of open things, so problem. Because we're gonna be chopping that down and adding stuff to it. Yeah. So that's gonna be a... Yeah, because right here I'm gonna be adding stuff to it. That's gonna be a bit... All right, so let's rework this. Right. So we need to do it until open, because eventually either we'll hit the end tile or open will be empty. So until that's empty stuff, want to I mean, I don't understand the term frontier any better than open, so I don't think changing it will help my brain. So this is the heap. So until we're empty, we're going to keep popping through these. If we get to the goal, we're going to break out of this loop. Perfect. That's what we were doing. We were just doing it different. All right, so I agree with that. So if current tile... Right? And then we have to set the current tile to something. Oh, that's the priority queue. Okay. So if... See, he's just doing the pop here. So, but what that is... I'm very tempted, now that I understand the process, drop the @ and you have destination tile. Oh, yeah. I mean, why reinvent the wheel, right? We've talked through the process. I mostly understand the process, but I don't want to reinvent this heap thing. So I think I'm gonna rob his heap, give him some creds, because I don't want to re-implement this stuff, right? I'm gonna call it a heap instead of a priority queue, because I will be severely confused if I don't. So what we're gonna do, file in here. I'm not doing something scummy, am I? I'm not trying to. I'm gonna put creds in here. But right? It's not scummy, is it? And no dock that because I don't actually want it. But I mean, this is complicated logic, and I really don't. We don't need to spend 2 streams going through how a heap works. I've looked it up. I kind of understand it good enough. Want to know? Look up how a heap works. Several good articles explain it. Basically, it's just a B tree with a weighting. All right, so we want open is a heap, right? And we want I want to fire that. I always forget the requires. That's his tip. All right. Insert command. It's the stuff. So we're inserting the start tile and the cost. Right? Right. Perfect. All right. So my current tile is just going to. So that's what I'm currently sitting in. That's just the top thing in the heap. The heap will take care of reordering itself as I add things. So that is basically get the one with the lowest F cost. Because the heap takes care of percolating the lowest F cost to the top. All right, then we break. So this is finding the neighbors. Edge cost. Okay, so this would be my 10, 10, 14. So how do I calculate that? Right. So, I call that get neighbors. So I want to. Oh, I didn't do Nabots. Crap. I think I can just do an each here. I'm not mutating this. That cost so far is just a hash. Also, he's keeping a running total of the G score. Is that right? Okay, so edge is what he's calling name. But I need to know what edge is. Because I don't know what this is or how it's calculated. So we need to look at understand nothing. Probably just a hash. I would assume so, but how does that cost get calculated? Okay, well, it's not defined in there. Graph. Graph is passed in. Oh. Edge is not. That's what he called it. I'm looking. A star.new. See what's getting in there. graph. Sure. So graph is just, okay, it's, this is not helping. All right, well, we'll figure it out on our own then. All right, so each neighbor has a cost, but the cost depends on whether I'm diagonal or not, right? When I do this, okay. I have an understanding now. All right, so my world map, when I do, oh, I put that in generic map. Get neighbors. All right, so when I yeah, A star is a bit confusing. Well, this is where I understand the concepts, but the implementation gets tricky here in the calculation of the costs. That's where I get tripped up. But I'm gonna figure this out, by golly. All right, so I'm passing back a tile. If I passed back the tile with cost here, because here I know that the cost for this neighbor is going to be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, right? So what I need is a hash that says this. Right? Then I've got to calculate. Okay, so take into consideration part of your cost, right? As part of one of the costs, but not this cost. This cost, the G cost, is just directional. The H cost, the heuristic that we haven't gotten to yet, will take into account the elevation stuff. Shouldn't the A star part be worried about the cost? Well, yes, but I don't know how to. Oh, yeah, I can. Yep. Because the A star can just as easily find out what the X-Y relationship is for each of these. Yes, you're right. That was bad thinking on my part, Levi. Thank you for calling me out on that. Does tile have a tile size? Can't remember. It has one, but it doesn't have it accessible, but it's going to determine our cost. So easy enough, except I did that wrong. Thank you. Good. All right, now. Yep, you caught me. All right, so for each neighbor, let's do God almighty. I gotta give up on that. Right, so let's just put a little function here. Could take the autocomplete suggestion. I don't have time for autocomplete. Nope, not G cost. Just the neighbor cost. Wow, that wasn't even close to right. Okay. All right, so what do we know? All I have to determine is this diagonal or not? Right, so if it's diagonal if the x and the y are not equal, right? Anytime the x and the y are not equal, both are not equal, it's diagonal. Is that a true statement? Okay. Good. Maybe. Don't sit on the fence, sire. Jump on one side or the other, man. And hold on. Right. That's my multiplier, so I'm going to return the it looks good. What? I'm going to return my nabot. Times now. Better way to what? NateBot. We will have an MP. What's the call? I mean, I need to do this as a ternary operator, but I was thinking it out. But what's the call out here, Levi? You sure it's an or? I don't believe so. Both of them have to be unequal for it to be diagonal, right? Because if one of them is equal, it's either vertical or horizontal. Is that right? I'm questioning myself. Ah, okay. Okay. So we're correct here. Not pretty code, but correct. Gotcha. All right, so now I want to do a going from the other side. Right, yeah. I see where you're going. So if this I don't use these very often either. Oh. Or wise, it's 1. Right? Yes. Correct, sire. Now, I'm having a hell of a time reading that stuff. Way too many little symbols in there. So I'm going to do this. And this. Brain likey. All right, so that's my neighbor cost. It's either 1 times or 1.4 times the size. Great. Got that. We're there. All right, so what's go away. What's the next thing? Oh, yeah. I could do that too. You're right. For readability. But I'm not gonna, because I'm lazy. But yes, I think actually I'll go one better than that, because it's hard to try to figure out what the hell we're doing. This is not going to be good for... Did I do NateBot again? Oh, you did. Yes, it's an extra line of code, but in next week when I come back to this and say, what the hell were we doing this for? I'll know what it was. Okay. Everybody in agreement with that? Okay. What's next? Next is cost so far. Bear, you missed the start of the stream. Oh no. Okay, you can catch up. I haven't done very much except talk and sound like an idiot, so. What's happening, Fair? How you doing? You're not mentioning much. I'm just going through K Fisher's A-Star stuff, and working this through, so I have a really good understanding of what's going on. So we've got our cost to our neighbor. That's what this is. Diagonal or orthogonal. We have our costs now. So our total cost is the cost we've moved so far. So this G will increase every step we take, because it's the cost we've already gone, right? So costs so far, I don't quite I mean, I understand this is a hash, but I don't understand what the start is and why he's got a current. Why not just have a cost so far that is an integer? Why do I need to start? The start's always... I'm not quite understanding that. Because then I'm just going to have a hash with 2 values in it, start 0 and current a running total. may be able to optimize certain paths. So are you saying but is the start ever changing in here? No. I mean, start's never used, so what would I don't understand that. If it's always 0, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do a cost so far. Worry about that later if we run into a. I do trust Kevin. Trust Kevin implicitly. He's a very smart person, but I want to understand. I have zero doubts that he's right in what he's done, but I don't understand it. I want. All right, so we've got our neighbor cost. So let's do paths may be optimized. You need to. But I mean, I understand the concept of what you're saying. I don't know how that helps me do it. I will speak to Kevin about that though, because I want to understand. But for now, yeah, I could. Yes, correct. I could visit the same tile twice because I may have gotten to it diagonally before, but this time I'm visiting it orthogonally, which means it'll be cheaper to get there that way. Yeah, right. Or based on some other heuristic, it's cheaper to come from the left than south or whatever. But yeah. But because that's never changing in here, I don't understand how that's accomplishing this. So I will want to talk to Kevin about that and understand. All right. Let's get rid of this. So the cost so far, called it current, right? God, oh my God. How am I going to stop doing that? Hey. Total. Oh, he's not putting that in the cost. So where does this ever get set? Setting current or neighbor? Well, I'm setting. Doing this wrong. All right, so he's getting the current cost plus the cost we just calculated, right? I get that. 41 he's setting neighbor. Yeah, he's setting neighbor there, but he's using this current here. I don't understand what this is. Where is that getting set? Current. Current was set when it was neighbor. Wait, what? current is from. Well, I know that, yeah, but this hash, this cost so far current. Oh. Oh. Current is not the key name in the hash. Current is the actual tile. Yeah. But what is he? I don't understand what he's accessing. Okay, my brain is not wrapping around this. I'm probably trying to make this more. My total cost to my neighbor is going to be all of my G costs so far as a running total, right? So my cost so far, my running total, plus what I just calculated, be my current total cost to this current thing I'm evaluating. Right? This is not what I want. Oh God, I spelled it right. So that's going to be total cost so far plus. Oh shit, twice in a row. Buy a lottery ticket or something now. I don't understand the array hash stuff he's doing there. So I'm sure what he's doing is probably really clever and really correct, but I need to do this in a way I understand it until I can talk to him and find out what thinking is there. Yep, I'll take the small wins. So set and cost so far neighbor later that neighbor becomes current. That's how current gets set. So yeah. But I don't understand. I'm not understanding what these are. I mean, it came from is just a hash, right? It's just a hash. So what is what is this that you can set a hash like that? So neighbor, I don't understand what he's doing here exactly, because neighbor is a tile and current is a tile, right? Oh. Really? I have never ever done anything other than a key, like either a string key or a no, I did not know that. I have never done that. Ever. Wow. Okay. Well, TIL. I did not know that. This is true. I did know, well, I mean, I did know in general Ruby, everything is an object. I didn't realize, I never made the connection that any object can be a hash key. Just never dawned on me because I've never used it like that. Now I understand what's going on. Thank you, chat. That was driving me up the damn wall. All right, so holy crap, you guys are the best. All right, okay, so let me, now that I understand this, hash is the key. Yeah. I swear, between everybody in the DR community, you might make a game programmer out of me at some point yet. Be a tough uphill climb, though, let me tell you. Not very smart. Let's see. Okay, so this is how he's... So this is the child-parent relationship, the tile. I got here from where? All right, got it. Yep. This is going to be the fun part to implement, but this is the thing, Sire. This is the bit where we're going to be looking at elevations and stuff for rivers, but for other things, you'll use a different heuristic. So the way he set this up here is good because that way you can change the heuristic you're using based on what it is you're trying to path. So okay. And then he's okay. Now I'm getting it. God, I'm glad I streamed this stuff, right? I've been sitting here all damn day trying to figure this out, and I never would have. All right. So we've got a total cost to the neighbor is my yeah, so yeah, okay. Oh, cost so far of current. All right, so, and the other thing that was tripping me up here is because this is different than how my brain was doing this, which is I was storing this G value and H value on the tile itself, not in an array with the tile as a key. So, in my head. So that's another thing. I think it's a difference in mechanics that's tripping me up there. This is probably better than what I was thinking, but that's one of the reasons I was having a disconnect, I think. All right. So this is our G cost. Now we've determined our G cost. And then we're going to want to put our G cost back. So for the next iteration, so this is going to equal total cost to neighbor, right? Calculate it here. We get, so, all right, back to our little drawing. All right, so when I start out at 0, 0, my cost current 0. If my cost to my neighbor is 14, then my total current cost is 0 plus 14. Then I put the 14 back into the total cost current. becomes, so this one would be another 14. The total cost current would become 28. Probably what's coming out of my mouth doesn't make any sense, but I promise it makes sense in my head. Yeah, okay, so that is the running total. This is the running total of G cost. So I take that plus what I'm evaluating, stuff it back in. That's my next one. All right, got it. Got it. All right, great. Neighbor equals edge. What? Oh, we've already. What? There. We already know what our neighbor is. So he's doing this by edge, not by tile. Am I setting current or am I setting my neighbors? Yeah, well, kind of both. So we get the current tile, but then for each neighbor, we go through and do this stuff and compare it to current. So I already have my neighbor. He's doing this by edge, not by neighboring tile. So I'm doing it a little differently, but I think it ends up the same. Yeah. Because this is basically just he's getting the tile on that edge. All right, so if computing and setting neighbors of current. Right. Yeah, I think we're getting to the same end result. We're just going from opposite ends of it, I think. All right, so if cost so far includes our neighbor, which means that we've already what does that mean? Our neighbor is the next tile we're evaluating. If the cost so far already includes that key, that would how could it all oh, because I'm reevaluating a this is where I may be stepping back to the same tile again, but I only want to do that if if we were on this tile and the cost is less than it would be if we went to it from here, skip it. Right. Yes. Yes. Cost so far has a key that is the neighbor, right? And the cost is less than the total cost. Yes. You're in a more expensive path to the same tile. Yes. So this is the place where I may be stepping on the same tile twice as I'm evaluating different paths. And because I've already gotten there less expensively from a different path, I don't want to continue on this one. I'm getting it. Well, chat's giving it to me. All right, so what I want to do then is let's see if I can recreate that. If I know, right? I'll give one. We deserve that, chat. Not skip. Next, if there you go. Arms up in chat. That's way better than F in chat. Or positive. I like positive. All right, so if costs so far dot includes neighbor. God. Jeez. Oh. I need new hands. And cost so far is less than my total cost to neighbor. God, shit. Screw that word. Right? Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, I should have written that correctly, right? If my cost so far array already includes this tile I'm evaluating, and that cost is less than what I've calculated as the cost there now, just skip it. I've already gotten that tile in a better path. Right? That all making sense? Well, I added an S to include by accident. Oh, holy crap, I got it. That's not a thing. That's for Rails. All right, so this is all of our G cost evaluation, right? Now we're going to get into our H cost evaluation. So this G cost. This the H cost. Right? All right. Now the H cost, he's just got a give me the H cost, right? For the hot moment, I'm just gonna hard code this H cost. Okay, and then yeah, I like how he's done this. Kevin's so smart. Now that I've got my brain wrapped around it, that's really clever. I'm still gonna find a way to screw it up, but it's really clever. Okay, so let's say, yeah, so he's just, I'm just gonna say H cost equals get heuristic cost of, I'm gonna have to have current neighbor, I think. So I'm just gonna, this is the thing where we're gonna have a different one for the different heuristics, but for the moment, just gonna do this. And I'm gonna return 1. Now. Okay. That'll be okay. All right, so now we set a priority, which is the total cost to neighbor. So total cost to neighbor is what's called the F cost. So that's G cost plus my H cost, right? Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. This is my destination. Because this is how far I still need to go. Yeah. That's G costs how far I've gone, H costs how far I still need to go. All right, so my then total cost. Neighbor destination. You are correct. Yes, sir. Thank you. So my total cost so far, or my F cost, is neighbor will become the current, but at this point it's not. Because I'm evaluating the neighbor. I'm standing on the current tile. Look at pictures. Pictures. I'm standing on the current tile, right? My current tile is 0, 0. I'm evaluating each of these. So let's say I'm evaluating this one. I've got a G cost of 10. My H cost is going to be then from here to my destination. So at this point, this is still my neighbor. I'm evaluating a neighbor. Then I'm going to go evaluate this one. Get its G cost and then its H cost from here to here. Then I'll evaluate this one. Then I'll find out which of these is best of G cost plus H cost. In this example, it'll turn out to be this one. Even though its G cost is higher, its H cost plus its G cost are going to end up being lower. Because we're just based on distance here. Right? I'm trying to explain this to myself as much as I am to anybody in chat. So if I ain't saying it right, let me know. I am not the expert. Okay, so total cost so far is my total cost plus my H cost, right? Because my total cost is already my G cost, which is here. Cost so far. It's not total cost so far, it's total cost. That is total cost. I done. Oh, he's just, yeah. All right, so my, God. My total cost. It's my total cost to neighbor. My G plus my H cost. Then I want to insert that into my heap. Neighbor with its total cost. Right? Good? Did I do that? Oh, right. Okay, now I understand the came from too. All right, so I'm going to do that. There. Reddit. This is ingenious. And I'm basically just copying it, but line by line so I understand. All right, so I'm inserting that. And then, so I need my came, I need to find this came from thing. All right, so. I'm Oh, I can't do that because that would just turn it, that wouldn't be. Okay. So it has no parent, right? Okay. And I've got to do the same thing here. Yeah, now, why is that rocket syntax? Because this, that will not be the start tile object if I do that as the key. That will just be a symbol. So that's why. Okay, so let's see. All right, so now my came from of current of neighbor is current. Because as I step onto my neighbor, I came from what I'm on currently. Yeah. Yep. Get it? Yep. And then cost so far of the neighbor, so we're just putting this in there. Cost so far of the neighbor, not the current. No. No, that's right. Cost so all right, but this is the G cost stuff. So it doesn't matter if it's the end or not, but it's grouped with this, and there's no other calculation on this to be done afterwards. So I'd rather have it group G cost stuff so I know what the hell it is. Right? Now, here again, I want to put this in a variable so I can understand next week what the hell that is. So hell of a variable name, but I won't remember what the hell this is next week. I'm gonna do that. All right, so this is all my G cost. This is all my H cost. So now I should have my evaluations. And so the came from Yeah, this is a distance. Yeah, this is to get my bearings. I kept it simple at first to get my bearings around A-star. This heuristic cost, pretty sure, is where we're going to be dealing with the elevation stuff. But I just want to see if I can get my test to pass first. Right? Because this is all just distance. But I still have to get a result back. So my path is actually goal. Oh, that's the end tile. All right. Destination tile. Got it. Till current nil. Shift current. What is result? It's just an array. Okay. So we start at... What I'm trying to figure out is what is the actual path? Where's the actual path being saved here? I think the came from is the actual path we're building, right? Is that correct? I want to see. Okay, so came from is the path. So what that means is what I've got to give back is the actual path, but we need, he's basically reversing it, right? Because we've put it in. Is that what he's doing? Can't remember exactly which way that goes. Yeah, so I think he's just basically reversing order because we put it into the... We've been loading it from beginning to end. Why would we need that? I don't understand that. Oh, so the path in this array is going destination. Oh. What? We're starting at start. Put it in the array. Oh, because we're building. Okay. Yep. Get you. Yeah. A little slow on the uptake, but I'll get there. All right. So after all this, so we've built this path. I thought there was a way. I thought there was an easy way in Ruby to just reverse an array. Yeah. I think you have to do all that. I think you can just reverse it. Oh. Yes, you're right. It's a hash. Although I think... Yeah, because I can make the hash an array, burst that, and then turn it back into a hash, right? Yeah, we traverse it in reverse, but I think I can just have Ruby do that. I believe. I think what I can do is so think that's a thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we got to step it. That's why we're keeping track of the came from, because we need to step back through it. Gotcha. Darn, I thought I could be clever there, but... So the result is going to be an array. We're going through the hash and step... Okay. Although... Yeah, solving a labyrinth from the exit back. Although, I think what I want to do, instead of doing all the unshift stuff, what I can do... Alright, stick with me here. Then I want to follow through and put... Why am I doing this? Is there any... Honestly, I don't think there's... And closed is not a thing. Because closed was going to be result, so result is... So we don't need that. Yep. Okay. So we start with the destination tile, and then we walk ourselves back to came. Yeah. All right. So till we hit the beginning, so current would be nil once we get to the beginning thing, because its parent was nil set at the beginning. So until current is nil, beginning tile, do this stuff. Does unshift actually... I'm learning things. Okay, so if I just add it to the array, it puts it at the end. Unshift sticks it in the beginning. Okay, that's all. It's an insert. Hell, didn't they just call it insert? So we want to unshift current. And current equals... How did he do? Oh. I got to look at what current came from and make that the new... That was the neighbor. Okay. And I pass back the result. Get rid of all this other crap that I... Successful. Unshift is just shorter. Well, I mean, yes, but understand it the same. Beside that method. All right. So this we don't need. This we don't. That we don't need. Oh, the wonderful world of A-Star. Uh-oh. Done here. Back. Huh? Send. Ink. Yeah, that shouldn't be inside that. And oh, well. See, that makes more sense to me. I don't have a problem with the fact that that unshift is a thing. I just have a problem with the fact that it's here. It do. Then I'm not very smart, so this shouldn't surprise anybody. But I think I will do. So you saying I can do that? This shouldn't be inside that loop. And what have I got? Find path. All right, so sing. Why have I got a problem here? Not there. 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 Found it. Yeah. I'll split this up into nice chunks later. Your panties in a. All right. So guaranteed to work, Levi? Let's see what happens. Ah, blue flames. I probably did mean current file. So I did. I do that. That's okay. So, not the time. What? I don't know what you mean, V. I don't know what you mean. Where? Where? What? All right. Oh. Find method idiv for. Okay, so obviously I need something in here. idiv. Okay. I know where idiv is to find what I need. I know. Gosh, man. Stuff. I don't know. It's squawking about idiv on Enter. It doesn't know what that is. So
dance off, bro. Me and you.
Hey, thanks for the follow. I think. Yeah. You're here. 37. This. It's doing. I think that's just integer division. I never used that, but seeing as I just copied this, I do fancy. That's right. So mruby just knows what idiv is. Oh, DR. All right. Well, nuggets. All right. So all that is division cast to integer, right? It's in CRuby. Well, where though? I have to require something. I didn't want div, I want idiv. I don't see it in. All right, but to solve my immediate problem, all this is integer division, right? It divides it and then casts it to an integer. So if I were to do that, that's the same thing, right? I mean, yeah, it's not as pretty, but it's the same thing. And I'm hoping that mruby has a 2i function. Does. Okay, so just the .div is the same thing as integer division in CRuby. Yeah. Sure, this is. It's now though. But I'm checking it for nil. Why would you evaluate it if it's nil? Maybe because I changed that? It's been it. Applied method X for world tile. Sure. Tile. World tile. It's a tile, it has an X. It has an X. And you can't find an X. Shit. I mean, right there it is. But the tile itself, no. World map, yes. But this is it's giving me back is not the tile, it's giving me back an array. Yes, it was RSpec complaining because RSpec doesn't know iDiv. Because I'm running RSpec with CRuby, can't do it with DR. Which is weird, I admit. That's just me. All right, so I'm getting back. Let's see. My A star right here. Current tile is an array, so my current tile is not being set correctly. So what I'm putting in there is not. Why is it an array? It should just be a tile. All right, so my start tile is this. Should be my two-dimensional array at this should just be a tile. Right? Sure that's a true thing. Oh, hey. Much. Stop there. Oh. Okay, so start tile, what is that? Is just a world. Here's my tile. Stuff. Current tile at that time is just a tile. so good. Step into that. What the hell? Why did I error out? Oh. Stepped over something. My bug. All right. So my current tile, just a tile. What the fudge? Yeah. Current tile should be a tile at this. Hello? Okay, so I'm in here. What the shit? Why is it doing that? Well, yeah, it's failing. No, it's failing in the calc neighbor cost. When I step into there, but it's not even getting to the first line. Here. So I'm at this calc neighbor cost. If I step into that, right, I'm inside calc neighbor cost. Current tile is just a tile. And there is an X. It's neighbor. Neighbor is a tile. Whoa. Neighbor is not a tile. Neighbor is oh, so neighbor's the problem. Okay. So neighbor comes from get neighbors each. So that's, yeah, so that's where the issue actually is. So world map, get neighbors, correct map, get. Right. So this should just be an array of tiles. And if I step through each of those tiles, each one should be I did a test of this. Let's see what it says. Generic. My test isn't right. Although I can do this now, which is no better. Still work? That does not. Huh. I wonder if it's because I changed this, something is... Alright, so let's see what's happening there. I'm looking for... Get neighbors, get tile at... Oh, I don't... Shouldn't be returning an array. Should it? See what happens. Yes, map is an array of world tiles. It's a two-dimensional array of tiles. See what happens here. Yes, it's a 2D array. Why didn't it stop there? So get tile should just return the tile at these coordinates, right? Because on tile we've defined this accessor. And when I get that tile, it should just shovel it into this array. It starts out as an empty array. So what it's putting it in is an array. Let's see. Reading your Discord. Well, no, I don't think so, because we defined it as find it, right? Oh, not map. Wait, what? Oh, on the generic. So, okay. Yeah, here. We did that. Because I was doing the one comment, I was doing it like this, but I got tired of doing, my brain wanted to do this, so implemented this. So that shouldn't be a problem. All right, so let me, I get tile at, let's see. Oh, hold on a minute. That's a good question, V. I want it to be mine. Can we just say it's that? So testing this out, if it's a precedence problem, this should fix it, right? Putting that back. Oh my. That may have been a mistake doing. All right. Well, let's unscrew that. I know I've done it in more places than just that one. Not there. Dang it. All I did was life. Hard. Try the self XY. Self XY where? All right, let me do this. Get tile at. All right, let's look at that. The generic map. Get tile at. So. Oh. I think you got it. Yep. I think you got it. Although, well, yeah, because then I'm telling it specifically use this definition. How could self be nil? I wouldn't be in here if self was. Let's just make sure at Epic. All right. See what I've hosed. Okay, because I changed something else. Single pair. Oh. Yep. Isn't something. Yeah, I know. But I think you're right. I think I've something here. Finding neighbor. Get neighbors. So generic map, get neighbors. Tile at these things. Turn that. Still return an array though. Bug. But if I don't spell it right, I can't. Still nil. Damn it. What? Yeah, I could. Ah, there we go. So, all right. That's just a tile. And this is the array. That's fine. Array of tiles. Okay. Come on now. God, I could do that. Let us... Yeah, so that's just an array of tiles. That's what I want. So does my... Does this work? Back to output. Well, it's squawking about this. So the get neighbors of tile is... I'm passing in tile is in. So this isn't working. Right? Right, so now it got past that, but it doesn't... I can't do this. There are other ways to do it, but I'm not going to mess with it now. Just get to... Right, that's one of the ways I was just thinking about. So I could implement it, but... let's uncomplicate our lives today, and we'll complicate them again next week. Because I want to get a green test here. Right? Alright, so I've got that screwed. Now let's get to generic map. Let's take this out because that's just not helpful in any way, shape, or form. Well, I mean, yes. Well, no, because generic map, yes, it's an object, but ultimately what it is a 2D array. So I don't know. I would like to be able to do that. Obviously, there's some kind of interference here. I want to understand it, but I'm running out of brain power today. So we may plunk with that next time, or I may, if I get an itch, may go between streams and do it. Or if somebody wants to find out what the hell's going wrong there, by all means, I would love the help. But let's see what we've got here for this. That's working. And our A-star spec, not working. But it's because I'm not getting the expected path back, I think. Oop. Ah. So I've got another place where I'm calling that. Yeah. What have I done? Oh no, it's not what I want. Yes, you're right, V. Array of arrays is not the same as a 2D array. Well, is it not? A 2D array is an array containing arrays, right? That then contain other things. I'm sure you're right. My brain is not tracking on that statement. Huh? Huh? I have to put this back though. Okay. Different anyway. Uh. accept that. Find method, get neighbors for God. How it be handled in DRM would be the 2D array type as it were. It's only an array which contains thing. Oh, yeah. So it's a, yeah, semantic thing. So now now we're back to the original. Out of my bench. So grid now is a array of arrays. It shouldn't. So if I'm calling find path, world map, it's giving me back that's true, because that is an array of array. Okay. Here's the thing that we got to do. So there was a two. Well, I mean, I'm aware that there's nothing for no class, but I'm checking that no class exists before you try to access it. So what the? Yeah, it looks like it should work. So it's possible that I've got something else dorked up somewhere, because I'm still getting a weird thing happening here. Which I don't understand. I mean, I have the map. Check for it first. I mean, yeah, but that should. All right, I'll try it. I mean, that is checking. L. Let's explicitly see what it, if it continues griping. No. Understand why it would think there's a nil there. I mean, I'm specifically checking for that. Shit. Oh. Yes, you're right, fair. Although... that shouldn't... That's problematic if it's doing that. There's more stuff out. But anyway, we're on to a different problem. Method current, or... Well, that is true. We need... Yeah. Should be. Yeah, because current tile will end up as destination tile ultimate. Start from the back end and work up, but it wasn't. I was using current instead of current tile, so okay. I get that one. That's fair. Oh, God. Oh, it's another one. Okay. It's just in my test. Oh. Yeah, it could be, sire. But let me get let's get all the other stuff unscrewed and we can add that back in. All right, so what are you griping about? Oh, because yeah, I don't want to pass in the actual map. World map has that get name. Okay. So now we've gotten to the point where either it doesn't know how to compare or we're not getting the right path. Zero, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2. Wait, am I doing this wrong in my head? 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. Nope. 0, 1. Oh, it just picked a different path. That's why, because it went this way instead of this way. Which those two paths are equally efficient. I wonder if, because it ended up at 3-4, right? Yeah, it did. I think this is actually working. The problem is this path and the path it chose have the same cost. So in order for me to know which path it's going to pick, oh, okay. Let's just see if it always picks this path. If it's truly, I mean, I can force the test to work here, but we're going to want to know that it's picking the right path. Good news is we got a path that ended up in the right place that is the least cost. So hooray! Yeah, it'll go in the order it receives the neighbors. So it will always pick that path in this specific situation. So this test should always work. Because it's not starting with a random order. Good point. All right, so now what we're gonna want to do, I mean, not now. I've got to put this stream to bed now, but because my brain is off the rails at the moment. But we've got our fundamental flow working. The logic is right. Got an A star that goes where it needs to go. Now what we're gonna need to do is figure out how the heuristic part works, and figure out a good way. I want to look at how Kevin has separated his heuristics, because he's just calling, hey, I've assigned you this heuristic, and go run its cost gathering mechanism. I don't know exactly how I want to implement that part, but I want to look at his and see done. But boy, I really appreciate Kevin for having put this stuff together, especially that heap stuff. I was not looking forward to having to try to implement that. Been a hot mess for me doing it, but anyway, I am so thankful that you guys were here and helping me with that. We have a success. I'll put this away after the stream, and I am really looking forward to next Tuesday now. Don't forget, we don't have a show on Thursday. This Thursday I'm taking a little break. I'm pretty sure Creston is going to be back on Friday doing his stream. I know he's been doing a lot of work on it, so you guys are going to kind of see he's going to make way faster progress than me, because that's just how Creston do. I'm just here kind of, goofing off and having fun with my friends. It's all cool. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe, follow if you're on Twitch. We'll be back working off camera. I know, V, how horrible. But he said he would kind of do an overview with folks about what he did while he was off camera and show you he's not just gonna in the dark, but he's making forward progress, which is good. You guys get to watch me flounder every minute that I'm playing with this, so this is all the work I do on this during the week. See it. Make fun of me, but that's cool. It's fine. At least I serve a purpose. Hope you guys have a lovely 4th of July if you're here in the States, and a lovely rest of your week. Keep an eye on Discord. There is going to be some community stuff coming up that I'm going to be putting out. And I'm pretty sure that Creston will be in there asking questions and announcing when he's going to do streams as well. So make sure you guys just pay attention to the Discord, and we'll be there. Till I see you again, happy coding.